Hello and welcome to Morehead Today. I'm Gary Cornett.
And I'm Shayla Minville. Today is February 8th, 2011.
Welcome to a new season of Morehead Today. We hope everyone enjoyed their holidays. Morehead Today is MSU-TV's newest production, highlighting local news, events, artists, and performers. Morehead Today can be contacted at moreheadtoday@gmail.com, and you can view our show at youtube.com/moreheadtoday. Today we welcome back Sasha Collette to the Channel 77 studios. Sasha is a regional musician and former radio host for MSPR. What else do we have in store today, Shayla?
Carter Cave State Resort Park was abuzz last Friday as the Olive Hill Council for Planning and Restoration met with FEMA and other federal and state partners in order to seek out support for the restoration efforts following last year's floods.
Michael Farr was at the Morehead State University showing of the 37th Annual Student Academy Awards. Later, we'll hear some music from Sasha Collette. We've got lots of events happening in the area, and we'll tell you all about them when we come back.
Stay tuned to Morehead Today. And welcome back to Morehead Today.
Two Morehead State University professors were honored at the Kentucky Art Council's Kentucky Vision at the Capitol Showcase. Dr. David Bartlett and Dr. Gary Mesa-Guido, both MSU professors of art, have a combined 50 years of experience teaching at Morehead State. Both are two-time winners of the Al Smith Individual Artist Fellowship. The artist's work was displayed, along with that of 37 other artists, in the Capitol Building Annex in Frankfort. You can see more work from these artists at the Morehead State University Faculty Art Exhibition. The exhibition is on display through February 24th in the Claypool Young Art Gallery. The gallery is open from 8 a.m. until 4 p.m. Monday through Friday. Morehead State University's Office of Multicultural Student Services is offering programs for Black History Month. On Tuesday, February 22nd, a screening of The Great Debaters with Denzel Washington will be shown in Ada from 7 until 9 p.m. A discussion will then follow. On Sunday, February 27th, an African American worship session will be offered. Mark Logan, former NFL and UK football player, will discuss his journey. Mark went to public school in Fayette County before playing for the University of Kentucky and eventually in the NFL. Services begin at 10:45 a.m. at the First Baptist Church on Main Street in Morehead. As tax time approaches, Morehead residents will be eligible for services from the Volunteer Income Tax Assistance Program. The Department of Accounting, Economics and Finance and the Internal Revenue Service will partner to offer assistance with tax filing on Tuesdays from 3 to 6 p.m. and calms to 11. This service is free to students and also to employees and members of the Morehead community with an annual income of $49,000 or less. There is no appointment necessary. Taxpayers will be assisted on a first-come, first-served basis, and no returns will be accepted for preparation after 5:30 p.m. You should bring your W-2s, 1099s, a copy of last year's return, statements of other income, information for deductions, and Social Security cards, proof of identification, and proof of tuition paid during 2010 for you, your spouse, and your dependents. You also need a voided check for direct deposit of your refund if desired, and your cost of books for 2010. Bring statements of the amount of scholarships and grants you were awarded in 2010, and if you are eligible for first-time home buyer credit, bring proof of purchase price of the home. Shayla, we've got a lot more going on in Morehead. Why don't you tell us about it?
Sure, Gary. The Kentucky Folk Arts Center is offering the exhibition Southern Stitches, African American Quilts from the collection of Larry Hackley through February 26th. The Kentucky Folk Arts Center is open from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday through Saturday, and admission is $3. MSU students are admitted for free. Tonight in Button Auditorium, the Student Programming Board presents Project Dynamite, a comedy duo featuring the talents of Alex Clark and David Kaplan. The unique blend of stunts and comedy has earned the group 2 People's Choice Awards. The show starts at 6:30 p.m. and lasts until 8:30. The Forum on Culture, Politics, and Society will meet tonight in Breckenridge Hall, room 002, to discuss the Egyptian Revolution. The forum will last from 7 until 9 p.m. The Anubis Sax Quartet will play a recital in Baird Music Building tonight from 8 until 9 p.m. in the Duncan Recital Hall. We've still got several performances coming up this season from Morehead State Theater and Dance. The MSU Dance Concert will show February 23rd through the 26th at 7:30 p.m. and February 27th at 2 p.m. in the Lucille Cottle Little Theater. The final main stage production of this season will be Grease. Grease will show April 21st through the 23rd at 7:30 p.m. in Button Auditorium. The final second stage production of the season will be Oleana, which will show March 15th through the 17th at 7:30 p.m. in the Lucille Cottle Little Theater. Ticket prices for the shows are $8 and MSU students are admitted free with their ID.
Thank you, Shayla. That's what's on the agenda for the Morehead area. We're going to take a break, and Morehead Today will be right back.
Need a ride? Call the police and ask for the shuttle. It's free!
And welcome back to Morehead Today. Last year, our region saw 2 floods that brought levels of destruction unknown to many people of this area. President Obama signed a disaster declaration, and following many months of long-term recovery efforts through FEMA, the Olive Hill Council for Planning and Restoration met with federal and state partners to discuss the renovation of the little town of Olive Hill. Morehead Today was there. The Council for Planning and Restoration has been working with FEMA for 4 months since President Barack Obama declared a state of emergency in Carter County. From these tragedies, the citizens of Olive Hill came together to look to their future and see what can be done to revitalize their community. On February 4th, CPR, FEMA, as well as partners from the Fiveco Area Development District, the United States Department of Agriculture, Rural Development, Kentucky Department for Local Government, the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers, the Natural Resource Conservation Service, the Kentucky Division of Water, the Kentucky Rural Water Association, the Small Business Administration, the Kentucky Tourism Council, the Kentucky Housing Corporation, the U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development, and the Appalachian Foothills Housing Agency all met at Carter Cave State Resort Park to begin the process of long-term community recovery in Olive Hill. Coleman Eldridge is the executive assistant to Governor Steve Beshear and said that the governor's office acted quickly and kept in touch with the Obama administration to ensure that Olive Hill had the resources it needed at such a critical point.
Never changed in Cynthiana when the floods came was that it never lost that ability to be a place that you could lay your head at night and not lock your door and that be okay. I live in Lexington. We don't do that. My wife's in Louisville. It's still an odd notion that we ever did that in Cynthiana. I have a feeling you all know what I'm talking about here in Olive Hill. So as you recover, as you move forward in economic development and public safety and infrastructure and really making Olive Hill its 21st century self, I pray for you and I beg of you not to lose that spirit. That is who we are as Kentuckians. And that is who we, God willing, will always be. God bless you. Thank you for having us here. Thank you for your courage. And I'll see you soon. Thank you.
Olive Hill Mayor Danny Sparks said the floods took their toll on everyone in their community, and people live in fear every day of losing everything to the rains once again.
The rain and water and devastation again, and it's just been heartbreaking for myself and the citizens of Olive Hill.
Sparks said that they could not have planned ahead without the help of FEMA, who came in with new approaches when the community was devastated.
What do we need to do? Do we just need to just give up and move? Do we just need to move the businesses to another area? What do we need to do to just keep from having to go through this time and time again? And it's just heartbreaking. It's been a total loss to a lot of the homes and devastation for a lot of elderly people that lived in the housing complex here in Olive Hill. And it just you look at it and you think, you know, what do we got to do to stop this? And then we got to look at it, you know, how are we going to make it through this flood again? How are we going to keep going? How are we going to keep our business people together? How are we going to keep our people that live here in Olive Hill? How are we going to keep them coming back? You know, and you always think this has got to be the last time for them. They're not going to come back.
County Judge Executive Charles Wallace said that all of the CPR leaders who were speaking and presenting were well informed and are moving the west end of the county in the right direction. He was optimistic about the outcome of the meeting.
Yes, that's what I think is going to be a positive direction. I'm personally going to be involved with that to see that that's happening, because, you know, at the state and the federal level, I'll be involved with that.
Olive Hill Councilwoman Linda Lowe said that she has lived in the city her entire life and has seen it at its prime and now at one of its lowest points, and it is time for all to act to save the life of the city.
But it's time to turn around, and we can stay the way we are, and we will no longer be a town if we do. So we have to move forward. We have to bring it not back to where we were, but we have to bring it to a new level for the future, for our children, for our grandchildren. And it looks like we've got a group of kids that are ready to help us.
President of CPR Debbie Harmon said that the meeting was spectacular and everyone had positive things to say and bring to the table. She said they met with federal partners and walked away with friends and a support system to take on the next part of their efforts to revitalize Olive Hill.
Long-term kind of process. It's going to involve a lot of coordination with city, county, state, even federal officials. It'll involve grant writing. It's going to be quite an undertaking, but we have a very dedicated, passionate group of people who I believe will see the job through.
For the Olive Hill Times and Morehead Today, I'm Shayla Minville reporting.
For those students with places to go and no car, don't forget to ride your bike. Riding your bike can be a quick way to class, and it's also an enjoyable way to ride through town. Just remember to pay attention and be safe.
Welcome back to Morehead Today. The 37th Annual Student Academy Awards was shown last night in Breckenridge Hall. Michael Farr was on the scene to see how communication students at MSU feel about student film.
The 37th Annual Student Awards were shown in Breckenridge Hall on Monday evening, giving students a chance to see films made by their peers from around the world.
Well, we show films regularly to the community here, but obviously they're made by professionals, people that have been making films for a long time. So I think it's a good thing for students, obviously, to see what other student filmmakers are making around the country and around the world as well.
3 films from around the United States and 1 foreign film from the UK were shown.
I came because I'm an electronic media production major. I think it's really interesting to see what kind of my peers are making, and I really just enjoy films.
We've done, this is, the Academy Awards have given out for about, I think it's 37 years, given awards to student filmmakers. We've shown them about 5 or 6 years now. So, and we've had a success with it.
If you're interested in films and the study of film, then there may be an opportunity for you this coming fall here at Morehead State.
The MSU Film Series Committee recently got a film studies minor put on the books. That'll be available in fall of this year, fall of 2011. And we're changing things a little bit. In the fall, we usually did a Halloween film. Because of the film studies minor and just because of the sort of student desire, we're going to probably bring in a film professional to give a talk in early October.
This is Michael Farr for Morehead Today.
Don't have a breakdown this semester. University Bookstore has all of your on-campus needs and has a lot more than just books for your classes. Let us make your life on campus easier and more enjoyable. We have snacks, DVDs and magazines, and we have all of the gear to show your MSU pride. Plus a lot more. Stop by and see all we have to offer. The best part is, it's located right here on campus on the first floor of ADA, so you don't have to go far.
Welcome back to Morehead Today. We'd like to welcome back to the studios today Miss Sasha Collette with her friend Clint Riddle, and they're here in support of her newest release, Leave It Alone. How you doing, Sasha?
Pretty good. How are you, Gary?
Pretty good. So tell us a little bit about this newest album.
It's definitely the most, I don't know, professional album that we've done so far, I'd say. I mean, as far as production and everything that's on it, we've got there's, you can find pedal steel, there's some programming on some stuff, we've got organs and drums and the whole rock and roll jangle thing going on.
Sounds fantastic.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
So what kind of material are you writing about with this newest release?
I mean, it's kind of your typical songwriter stuff, but it's a little bit more of a challenge to what a songwriter can produce, and it also, somebody explained the album as a very adventurous sound, and that's definitely a perfect way to describe it. Because if you're used to hearing anything that we typically do, I mean, it's not anything like that, but I mean, it's good to burst outside of your fence occasionally and really make some noise and turn some heads. And I think we're doing pretty good with that so far.
Sounds good. I understand you guys have got a couple shows coming up.
Yeah, this Friday we're playing at the V Club with a group called Band of Heathens. I know a lot of people are into the Hackensaw Boys, kind of that Old Crow Medicine show. Avett Brothers kind of, ride out the banjo and the big stomps and flannel shirts kind of thing, But these boys, they put on really good shows and they do some good things too. They have a really good following. And this being Valentine's Day weekend coming up, I'm sure we're probably gonna have a big crowd, some hearts floating around in the audience, I'd say, But we're gonna be doing that Friday, and Saturday we have a show with Steve Forbert. That's gonna be really cool. He's a really classy songwriter from the 80s. A lot of people know him from some of his tunes that he had then. One of them was Romeo's tune. It was pretty popular. A lot of good things.
You mentioned that it's a different sound. Have your fans reacted positively to this new sound?
Yeah, I mean, everybody's been really shocked so far. It's not as folky and as homemade as they thought it was going to be. It's something that, we put time into. We started it in May, and we got it out this past this month. Last month, I suppose. This is February now, but January. So 1st of January is when we got it. But a lot of people, it's stepping out right where they want it to, I think, right where they expect us to be heading, being serious like we are. Right, Clint?
Yeah.
I also wanted to ask you about something outside of the album that you've worked on, and it's the song "Ballad of Nicole Penix Van Sant." Where did this come from, and what did you feel and work with as an artist with this song?
With that's a really popular subject right now. I know my friend Fred Brown wrote the lyrics for it, and he brought it to me and asked if I could put music to it. And so I said, sure, I'll see what I can do. And it ended up being able to be used for a Fuse the Muse project that's been here in Morehead. It's part of the Round County Arts Center and everything. And we got into that, and we ended up putting a video to the song, and that's been pretty popular. It's been on YouTube, a bajillion hits. I'll just say that. But that's pretty interesting. People have responded to that so much, I think, because it's true. It's kind of one of those unsolved mysteries, one of those things that people,
Talk to me about the subject matter of it, because it is something that a lot of people in the region are dealing with head on, because it relates directly to them.
It's an unsolved death. They don't particularly call it a murder because they don't know how she died, but she was supposed to have been having a ride with her boyfriend somewhere, and they got into an argument, and he said that he dropped her off, and she disappeared. And they found her 3 months later. She had been torn apart, mangled, whatever. It was 3 months of her body laying in the Red River Gorge. So who knows what happened between the day she died and the day they found her. So and they had no proof of anything, nothing. And so with this video, we hope to sort of refresh some memories that that it's there, remind some people that it's still unsolved. Someone, something, whatever,
How was working with Fred Brown? On a lighter note,
yeah,
you got to collaborate with a friend of yours. How was that for you?
That was good, because it's not too often, outside of a band or anything, it's not too often that you really get to connect with another songwriter or another musician or whatever like that in this kind of way and have it make such a big impact. So I think we both kind of learned a lot from, collaborating with this, especially. Lots of communication, lots.
So what's next on the horizon? A world tour, another album?
I don't know, Clint, what do you think? Vacation?
Vacation, yeah.
We do have some songs that could probably line up to be a really nice project, but I figure we'll probably give it another few months before we really get anything in the works to record, and we're going to use this spring and summer to do some, traveling, hit the road some, do some shows. I know we're moving out more west here recently. We've played a lot in West Virginia and stuff like that, but we're slowly moving west.
Moving west, eh? So where can people pick up this newest release?
It's available on CD Baby. You can check it out there. You can download it digitally or grab a hard copy and they can ship it to you. Also, you can get it off various other download sites, things like that, or at shows. And for shows, you can check out reverbnation.com/Sasha Colette.
All right, sounds good. Let's Leave It Alone from Sasha and the Magnolias. We're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we're going to hit a tune from Sasha and Clint. Everybody stay tuned to Morehead Today.
Do you need to add funds to your Beaker Bucks account? Go to any of the 4 Add Value locations on campus. Add Value stations are located in Alumni, Fields, Lappin, and the Camden Carroll Library. So visit any of the 4 Add Value stations to add to your Beaker Bucks. Again, those locations are Lappin, Fields, the Library, and alumni.
When you get dirty, you need to wash your hands. Left to high-five before you eat. Left to playing in the street. Wash your hands. Wash your hands. Wash your hands. Well, everybody wash your hands. 'Cause being clean is the way to be. Yeah.
Welcome back to Morehead Today. Today in the studios we have Sasha Collette promoting her newest release, Leave It Alone. We're going to hear Sacrifice, first single off of that new album. Take it away, guys.
Thanks. I would give up my world, give up my throne, give up my crown, every crown I ever owned, just to be with you one last time. No strings attached, no strings to make me wanna sacrifice all my life till I die, just to be with you. My heart is a revolving door, maybe a gun, chambers packed, ready for the run. So who are you to question me? Who are you to question my ability to sacrifice all my life till I die, just to be with you, baby? Why you wanna be so serious? Seem like you see a love for life when I'm seeing a sacrifice all my life, just to be with you, just to be with you. One more time, yes, I would sacrifice all my life, just to be with you.
Welcome back to Morehead Today. That's all the time we have this week. Thanks to Sasha Collette for coming in, and thanks to Jeffrey Hill and the Morehead Film Committee.
We'd like to thank the Olive Hill Council for Planning and Restoration, Stephen Green, Olive Hill Mayor Danny Sparks, Carter County Judge Executive Charles Wallace, Governor Steve Beshear's Executive Assistant Coleman Eldridge, CPR President Debbie Harmon, and Olive Hill Councilwoman Linda Lowe.
And thanks to you for watching. Next week we'll hear from the Morehead Career Center and we'll learn more about the Eagle Excellence Award at Morehead State. I'd like to remind you that Morehead Today can be contacted at moreheadtoday@gmail.com, and you can view our show at youtube.com/moreheadtoday. On behalf of the entire staff of MSU-TV, I'm Gary Cornett.
And I'm Shayla Minville.
And that's what's happening in Morehead today.